ladies and gentlemen. My name is Minase Setotindutu, a person with disability from Kenya, from the grassroots to international arena. Currently, I'm the president of Indigenous Persons with Disability Global Network, and also African Focal Point. My journey or my story about my life and how I work with disability people, as I'm the founder of various organizations of persons with disability here in Kenya, Narok County, as an indigenous who is a person with disability. I started on, before I go to global, I started here in Kenya from the down level to international, to national level, and to the regional. Currently, I'm the president, joining to be the president of IPWDGN. We started 2012 in New York, and we have gone many countries fighting for the right of persons with disability, which it was not easy for a person from a Maasai from indigenous village to international arena. Right now, we are collaborating with people, other indigenous in Kenya. We have a network here in our country, which covered 4 counties, which I started 2020. We have done many several workshops being facilitated with the Secretariat of IDA, International Disability Alliance, IPWDGN, also collaborating with the MRG, minority right groups here in Kenya, led by Christine Kandie, who come from the Ndorois community in Baringo. My life to this journey was not easy. I started here in Kenya with zero, and started to organize persons with disability towards to know their rights, especially in CRPD, Convention Right of Persons with Disability, since Kenya has been ratified as a signatory of the UN, and as what the slogan of the United Nations, that no one should be left behind. I take a step and start to fight for persons with disability, for their rights due to employment, education, health, and even political life in wherever they are. As indigenous people, it is not easy because of historical injustices in many countries. Many of indigenous cannot come out to fight for their rights, and many states left indigenous people to fight with their life without even being supported by no one. As persons with disability, where we started with zero, it was just we collaborate with other NGOs and other unrepresented groups, which it was a threat also to our life, because it was not easy fighting from background to the national level. It has taken many years. 2012, for the first time, I was invited to join UNPDFI in New York. It was even not easy for me to participate in a world meeting. When I went there in New York in 2012, that is where I met the committee was formed, which it was 7 geopolitical region. It was led by Africa, Asia, Latin America, and even Fiji and other countries, Costa Rica and other countries like Europe joined together. They form IPWDGN. By the first time, I was elected as a member, and we proceed to Bangkok, Thailand. That is 2014, where I was also elected as a treasurer for the organization. Then for the following years, 2017, in mechanism in Geneva, I participate for MREP, expert mechanism, where I represent Africa for the first time as a focal point. During that time, I met this lady in Geneva called Christine Kandie from Kenya, when she was fighting for the indigenous rights of the Ndorois community. And after a few moments, the following year, 2018 and 2017, we started a journey of joining the Maasai community and the Ndorois to fight for one common agenda as indigenous people in the Republic of Kenya. After all, we do several meetings in Narok County, and again we did another meeting in Nairobi where it was facilitated by IDA, and as a chair I was elected by International Disability Alliance to take the office of the president in 2020, whereby we were facing the pandemic coronavirus lockdown by then. And I took the chair when it was difficult time as a president up to this moment, leading the whole world, all regions, as a president of Indigenous Global Network. In Kenya, we have done several workshops. At this time, we have trained indigenous people from Samburu, Baringo, Narok, and Turkana. This year, and also last year, we have been having several workshops. We trained people in Panari Kenya Hotel in Nairobi from those 4 regions. Life of an indigenous person fighting for the right of other indigenous persons with disability. My work was very difficult. Participating in the leadership of Kenya due to the fear of historical injustices here in Kenya. Most of the time, I am not needed. Sometimes I don't get invitation for national meetings, and sometimes I get. They call me whenever they want me, but I try many times to take myself to the level to fight for my region and my people. Due to Corona pandemic, the last Corona pandemic which hit the whole world, as persons with disability in our region and other regions, we had a difficult time. As you know that due to the limited resources of power infrastructure, no roads, and even sometimes we don't have power in many places, and the meetings were directed to be done in Zoom. So I said that many persons with disability miss out the information, whereby they were locked out in information, unrepresented group. And as you know that we have all disabilities upsets, so many people were very much affected. And as we are pastoralists, when people were doing meetings in Zoom, internationally and even regional and national, we don't have even smartphone. So we don't even get information how the world is going on. And many a time, when the resources are being distributed, most of persons with disabilities were left out, indigenous people. And that's why we are sticking in indigeneity, that in UN declaration in Vienna, whereby the UN RIP 2008 and 2007 adopt the resolution of the indigenous people, we are still saying that we should not be left out in any development in terms of employment, education, and even participating in participating in all work and development in our states and government. And I would like to talk about the conflicts. Many of indigenous people are facing conflicts and climate change. The global warming have affected us as indigenous people very much, because we are the people who are depending on water and grass for our cattle. But most of the time, as you know, many of the time our regions are facing a lot of starvation. Sometimes we lack no water to drink. Sometimes our children are dropping in schools to go and look for grass and water. When the cattle move away, the children miss education. And that's why many indigenous people are left out in education. And I want to say it again, that our people need a lot of support from the international community, from the NGOs who are participating, to help indigenous people to reach their destinations and where they are. As the president of IPWD, I would like to recommend that inclusivity is needed very much in all sectors, in education, health, and also development for the persons with disability. Due to Article 3 of CRPD, that persons with disability should be given reasonable accommodation and should be given an inherent dignity, whereby the children should not be left out. Families which have children, they have to bring those children to get education, to get proper health, and also to participate in all work, to participate in everything, in all development also, because they are people. Locking out children with disability or a person with disability in whereby they cannot even see the light in 21st century or 22nd century, we are not going to allow that. And as IPWDGN, MRG, minority rights groups, International Disability Alliance, as we are collaborating and working together to achieve the UN slogans of no one shall be left behind. As a president of IPWDGN, I want to insist to the whole region that we need to work hard and to make sure that inclusivity has taken place in terms of all persons with disability should be protected and given their rights to participate in their life. Another thing also I want to say is political life. We need to have leaders in the government. We need to have leaders in all sectors, private sectors. We need also to have our people being included in media sector, and we need also to have our people being employed in all and non-governmental organization for them even to cater their life, because we are people able working differently. And right now the indigenous people should not be left behind, because we are also able to work and we are able to interact and to work with other people with our indigeneity and our regalias and protecting of our traditional attire and traditional life should be included also and respected, and we should be part of the community and part of the community in everywhere we are. Thank you very much.